Hi guys!
Aoi desu.
Camila desu.
VK Onesan desu.
Today we are bringing the second chapter of our band profile series. This time one of the most well-succeeded Visual Kei band of all time.
Love them or hate them, GazettE, the band profile is here.
Some people love them, some people say that they are not that amazing, but regardless your personal taste, the GazettE or GazettE, as they used to be called in their indie days, is a band that you can't avoid while talking about Visual Kei.
Being active for 17 years, GazettE is one of those bands featuring that very select group of visual bands that can make a real world tour. And with real, I mean more than one country and at least 3 continents.
But how everything started? How a poor, cringy garage band became one of the big bosses of the game? Let's check it right now.
But before we start, leave your thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click on the little bell to get all the notifications and have fun with us.
The current lineup consists in Ruki on the vocals, Uruha and Aoi on the guitars, Reita on the bass, and the leader Kai on drums. However, things were not always like this. At the beginning, GazettE used to have Yune on the drums, but he left the band after 1 year of activities.
Uruha and Reita are friends since their childhood in their homeland Kanagawa. They went to the same school, played soccer together, and at some point developed a music interest at the same time. But seems like Uruha decided to be a musician first because he had already had some bands before joining Karasu, the Reita's first band.
When Karasu disbanded in 2001, they tried again with the band Magikyusu, where they met Ruki. At that time, Ruki attended by the stage name Kirihi, and he was a drummer, not a vocalist.
Yeah.
But Magikyusu disbanded after only 6 months of activities.
Again, the 3 guys teamed up together and tried in a band called Like Chris. And aiming a completely new beginning, they changed the band's name to Cartesianos and changed some members' names and positions too. Uruha changed his name to Kyoki, Reita became Ryoki, and Kirihi exchanged positions with the vocalist and changed his names to Kirua.
They were very serious about this band and worked really hard. Actually, you can still find some songs on YouTube, and you can feel some sound similarity between these songs and the early years of GazettE. But sadly, or happily as we now know, Cartesianos was another failure that just lasted for 4 months.
But our 3 heroes did not give up and decided to try one last time. They teamed up with Aoi and Yune from the disbanded band Artyom, and in 2002 started to do what we know as GazettE Rock.
Gazette's history is long and without resting moments, but we chose 3 big turning points to divide it, and we decided to call it the Matina era, the PS Company era, and the Heresy era.
The Matina era starts in 2002 when they debuted under Eternal Records, a Tokyo branch of Matina Records.
I think people are always curious about what was Matina due to the lack of information about it on the internet. But to summarize things, Matina was established as Matina Soleil in 1997 by Kisaki, yes, that Kisaki, as an Osaka branch of the Visual Kei label Soleil. When Soleil closed, Matina became an independent label and formed its own sub-labels, Eternal in the Kanto region and Storm in Hokkaido.
Matina was the house of some very well-known Visual Kei bands such as Syndrome, Antifeminism, Beetle, etc. But when GazettE signed with them, Matina was not so that strong anymore and closed after its 5th anniversary in 2002.
Even though entering an almost dead company sounds like a bad deal, it was a very productive time for GazettE. They released 3 singles, Wakare Michi, Koshi, Kichiku Kyoshi, Sanju Nisai Dokushin no Nosatsu Koza, and Gozen Zero Ji no Trauma Radio. 3 VHS with the PVs, those crazily low quality ones that we sometimes find on YouTube, and joined the final promotional events of Matina. Actually, they got so popular that they held more than one main live at the year of their debut.
In 2003, Yune decided to leave not only the band but retire from music scene. At that time, Kai's band had disbanded too, and he heard about GazettE seeking for another drummer. In an interview, he said that he had seen a GazettE live before and really enjoyed the band. But since they already had all the members, it was impossible to him to join, But as soon as he heard about the vacancy, he contacted Rookie.
In the same interview, the members said that they had already found another person when Kai contacted Rookie, but the guy's personality did not fit the other members' personality as well, yeah.
The last live under the Matina contract was in April of 2003 in Ichikawa Club Dio. In the following month, they signed with PS Company and released the first EP, starting the PS Company era.
During 2003, GazettE released 4 EPs: Cocaine Soup, Akuyu Kai, Spur Margarita, and Hanko Seimeibun. They also teamed up with bands like Hanamuke and Vidal for 2 main tours and some collaborations. In December of that year, the band was popular enough to be invited by the Pulsemate magazine's Beautiful Fest.
On January of 2004, the band recorded live performance at Shibuya X and later released a DVD called Tokyo Saihan Judgment Day. Also in the same year, the band released their 5th EP, Madara, which reached number 2 in Oricon Indies chart.
During the second semester of 2004, a second live DVD, Heisei Banka, was released and GazettE toured with fellow PS Company bands like Kera and Bis.
On October of that year, they released their first studio album, Disorder. That reached top 5 at Oricon Indies daily chart. So a promotional tour called Standing Tour 2005 Maximum Royal Disorder was held and the final performance became a DVD.
As soon as the DVD was out, the band released their 6th EP called Gamma and embarked on the Standing Tour 2005 Gamma, the Underground Red Cockroach. At this point, GazettE was already a big band on the scene, so they decided that it was time to change.
In December of 2005, GazettE changed their name to The GazettE and signed with the major recording company King Records, but still under the management of PS Company. Their first single as a major band was Cassis.
As a curiosity, Cassis did not have a particular promotion time, but instead, the GazettE performed with the other bands under the PS Company label to celebrate the label's 5th anniversary on the Peace and Smile Carnival 2005 tour.
On February of 2006, the GazettE released their second studio album, Neo, and embarked in another Japanese tour called Standing Tour 2006, nameless Liberty 6 Guns. The final performance was held in Nippon Budokan, giving them the title of a Budokan level band.
For the ones that don't know, Visual Kei bands are classified by the size of venues where they can perform. A band is strong enough to fill the Nippon Budokan is a huge band.
In May of 2006, they released their first compilation album called Dai Nippon Itan Geisha Teki no Miso Gyaku Kaiten Zekkyo Ongen Shu, which included all the songs released during the indie times.
Also in 2006, the GazettE performed for the first time outside Asia at the Beethovenhalle in Bonn, a city in Germany.
Yeah. The band's third studio album, Stacked Rubbish, was released in 2007 and reached number 2 on Oricle's chart in the day of the release. The album was followed by a long promotional tour called 2007-2008. Stacked Rubbish, Post Wriggling to the Black, and covered the band's first European tour with concerts in England, France, Germany, and Finland. As usual, the final performance became a live DVD recorded at Yoyogi National Gymnasium.
Also in 2008, the single Guren, released in February, reached number 3 on the Oricon charts, and the single Leech, released in November, reached number 2 on the Oricon charts.
Wow. On November 15 of 2008, GazettE held a secret concert at Shinjuku Station. They were expecting around 250 people, but instead, over 7,000 people attended to the concert, like the band's biggest audience of all the history. Due to this crazy number of people on the streets, the police was forced to shut the concert down after 2 songs.
In July of 2009, the band released their 4th studio album called Dim and went in another Japan-wide summer tour. The final performance was held at the Saitama Super Arena and became a live DVD.
In 2010, the band was transferred from King Records to Sony Music Records. Shiver was the first single released under this new label and was selected as the opening of that anime Kuroshitsuji, or Black Butler.
In 2011, the GazettE released a ballads compilation album called Traces Best of 2005-2009 and a live concert DVD called The Nameless Liberty, recorded at Tokyo Dome.
In the same year, Ruki and Aoi joined on PS Carnival Tour 2011 Summer 7 Days at Shibuya. Ruki was in a session band called Love, and Aoi was in a session band called Aoi with the Bone Crazy.
During 2012, the band worked in the promotions of their 10th anniversary. That resulted in the commemorative DVD 10th Anniversary, The Decade. And worked in the release and promotion of the album Division.
In 2013, the GazettE went to Europe and went to the Latin America for the first time.
Yeah, including Brazil.
Yeah, I was there. The band also released the new single Fadeless in August and the new album Beautiful Deformity in October.
During 2014, the GazettE held a trilogy of tours entitled Redefinition, dedicated to their past albums and limited to Heresy members only. All the 3 Redefinition tours are published in the DVD box called Standing Live Tour 14 Heresy Limited Saiteigi Complete Box. That was released on 2015.
The album Dogma was released in 2015, and following its dogmatic tour, the GazettE went to United States and Canada for the first time for live performances.
Please enjoy the GazettE!
After, the band went to Mexico, Argentina, and Brazil. Yes!
Yes!
Then, went back to Asia for concerts in China and Taiwan. Also went to Europe to visit France, Germany, Finland and Russia.
2018 was the year that the GazettE released their 9th album called Ninth.
Very creative.
When the album was released online, it topped the iTunes rock charts in Belarus, Finland, France, Hungary, Poland, Turkey and Sweden, and reached top 10 in Bulgaria, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, Russia, Slovakia and Spain. Whoa!
Wow. Also, in June of 2018, the GazettE announced that they had established their own label, the Heresy Inc., leaving PS Company after 15 years and starting the Heresy era.
The Heresy era is the newest chapter in the GazettE's history. It started with promotional tours for the album Ninth, a big project that started in 2018 and was finished in 2019. Also, it was divided into 5 distinguished phases, which are the phase number 1, Phenomenon, performed in hall venues in Japan, the phase 2, Enhancement, performed in medium-sized venues in Japan, the phase 3, Gekijo wa Domo, performed in very small venues in Japan,
And the phase number 4, 99 was their world tour and included performances in United States, Canada, Mexico, Argentina, Chile, Brazil, UK, France, Germany, Russia and Taipei. And finally, the last phase, the phase number 5, Konketsu, was a Heresy members only phase. The final performance of the whole project was held at Yokosuka Arts Theater and will be released as a DVD in the next year.
Summarizing, the GazettE has released 9 studio albums, 3 compilation albums, 6 EPs and 24 singles, 3 VHS, 3 music video compilation DVDs, and 18 live concert DVDs.
Wow! In October of 2011, the GazettE was rewarded with the Most Requested Artist of 2010 from J-Melo Awards.
As well succeeded senpais, the GazettE has a huge and obvious influence on the newer bands. Not only about the music itself, but especially on the visual of the younger bands.
Rookie's Neck Makeup, Data's Nose Band, those are the easiest ones to tell. And I'm pretty sure that you already got yourself watching a band and thought, gosh, the dudes from GazettE used the same stuff in whatever time.
Yeah. We're not saying that this is bad or even good, it's just a fact and a proof that the GazettE became a band big enough to become a reference to the new generation of visual bands, just like Lunacy and X Japan did years ago.
And that's all, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching our video. Leave your thumbs up and your comments in the section below.
Yep. And if you want us to talk about another band in the band profile section, leave it in the comments too.
And don't forget to follow us on the social medias.
Yeah.
/VKOnesan.
Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah. Aoi deshita.
Camila deshita. VK Onesan deshita.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.